Excuse me. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another funny, explosive, iconic episode of Surviving Diddy Glover. We are surviving Diddy Glover. Shout out to all my people coming in the building. Miss Red, D. Dot, William Hartley in the building. My boy Will. Listen, it is getting crazy, guys. I know y'all miss me. I took a day off. Okay, I had to take a day off. Y'all know I'm a goddamn diabetic. I'm a type 2 diabetic, goddammit. Now I'm usually live 6 days out of the week. But I need that one day off. It's pure survival at this point. Okay? I cannot survive the industry without taking one day off because there's always some crazy shit going on in the goddamn industry. But salute to all of y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button. You know what I mean? Because I got some great information for y'all today. You guys are going to love it. So get your popcorn. Surviving the fact that you motherfuckers better go ahead on and get you some popcorn. This is pure survival at this point. Yes, God damn it. You know, for all my people that was praying for me, you know what I'm saying? When my tenderoni went and killed Malik, y'all remember my pet fly Malik? Everybody saw my pet fly Malik, that I believe that Diddy Glover sent this fly in my house. I was on the porch and my pet fly came in, and me and Malik got real close. My pet fly Malik got real close. This is pure survival. And my tenderoni went and got a fly swatter and killed Malik. She killed Malik. I cried. You know what I'm saying? I buried him. She even tried to kill him with the freak off paddle. I told y'all she went to the sex store and got a freak off paddle. This is pure survival at this point. So she tried to kill Malik with the freak off paddle, but she ended up killing Malik with the fly swatter. But guess what, guys? I want y'all to meet my new pet fly. This is pure survival at this point. I went and got me a new pet fly, and his name is Dante. This is pure survival. Y'all got to put the fly emojis in there. I got a new pet fly named Dante. Check out Dante. This is pure survival at this point. And my woman can't kill Dante. My woman cannot kill Dante. This is my new pet fly, Dante. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Surviving the fact that she can't kill Dante the same way that she killed Malik. This is pure survival at this point. So we're gonna put Malik up here. That's why I got Malik right here in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, Dante. Dante is in the bushes right now, guys. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got me a new pet fly. You know what I'm saying? She can't kill Dante the way she killed Malik. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, salute to everybody that was showing love, because y'all know I was heartbroken when she killed motherfucking Malik. I went through it. Pure survival at this point. But now, ladies and gentlemen, do y'all know tonight on Tubi, they say some of the worst acting of America happens on Tubi, but I don't believe that. I think some of the greatest acting that happens on Tubi. I got a movie on Tubi. It's called Alcoholic Bruce. This is pure survival. I star in the movie. Now, I'm not the writer. Shout out to Preston Dent. He's the writer, but I'm the dude that star in the motherfucking movie. This is pure survival at this point. But now, tonight on Tubi, if you remember what is her name? Aubrey O'Day from Danny the King, making it a band, Danny the King. She is exposing Diddy Glover, and she came with receipts. I knew when I saw Aubrey talking, I knew that girl was telling the truth. This is pure survival at this point. I knew that Aubrey was going to be the one to take Diddy Glover down. Not only is Aubrey, but you got motherfucking Cassie and that boy, what's that motherfucking other boy name? The boy they saying that's running around lying and shit, that he really wanted to be with Radio, Cuba Gooding. But what the fuck is that boy name again? the music producer, Rodney, Little Rodney. Little Rodney and motherfucking Cassie and Aubrey, this is going to get Diddy Glover life in prison. This is pure survival at this point. This is going to get Diddy Glover life in prison. I'm sorry. And the reason why I say it's going to get Diddy Glover life in prison, y'all remember R. Kelly. When they started coming out with them series, when they started coming out with surviving motherfucking R. Kelly, this is when R. Kelly ended up damn near getting life in prison. You give me 30 something years in jail, and y'all already know that Diddy Glover is 376 years old. Diddy Glover is 376 years old. This is pure survival at this point. How do you think if Diddy Glover got 20 years in jail, it's over for that man. That man is 300 and something years old. And y'all think just because he lived to be 300 and something, y'all think that he going to be able to live to be 400 and something. This is pure survival at this point. So I don't know, guys, but I'm telling y'all, make sure that y'all watching Tubi tonight. The series is coming out tonight. This is breaking news. And shout out to TMZ. TMZ put some money behind this motherfucking series. I think TMZ produced the series, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So shout out to TMZ. This is crazy. Everybody is capitalizing off of Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? And Aubrey exposed, Aubrey O'Day exposed that Diddy Glover tried to pay her to silence her. Wanted her to shut her packer suckers up. This is pure survival at this point. So if Diddy Glover tried to pay her to be quiet, oh, she got receipts, she got video footage, she got all kinds of shit. And the series come out tonight. Smash that like button, guys. This is crazy. I'm gonna give y'all a preview of the shit.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30.
Wow. This is pure survival. Aubrey O'Day, I'm gonna keep messing your name up. She said that Diddy Glover offered her $300 and something. Y'all remember when Diddy was running around talking about he giving back the publishing and all this stuff to the artists? He was only doing that to try to silence them so they wouldn't break the freak off code. This is pure survival. How you gonna offer this girl $300 and something, Diddy Glover? This is pure survival. They done made millions of dollars. You gonna offer her $300 to keep her mouth shut. This is crazy, guys. This is on the new fucking Tubi series that's coming out tonight. Breaking news.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
At this point in time, what do you think his motivation was there?
I think you would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible.
Y'all hear that? Diddy Glover was making moves to keep as many people silenced as possible. And this is why he tried to silence Aubrey O'Day. Diddy Glover tried to keep her fucking quiet. This is pure survival. But she didn't sign the NDA. Aubrey O'Day didn't sign the NDA. You know what I'm saying? So he can't stop her from saying nothing. This series is going to get Diddy Glover life in prison. This is going to seal the deal. This is pure survival. Aubrey's going to be testifying. All of them going to be testifying. TMZ fuck around and be testifying. You know what I'm talking about? This is crazy. The same shit happened with R. Kelly. Mark my words. This series come out tonight on Tubi. Get your popcorn, because I'm going to watch the motherfucker, and I'm going to react to everything. All the snitches is coming out. You know what I mean? And I don't even consider them snitching. This is pure survival. If you are a victim of Diddy's horror, you know what I'm saying? And this is the only way. Nobody can say Audrey was doing it for the money. Well, he only offered 300 and something dollars to her, so that's kind of crazy. Diddy Glover, all that money you got, you only offered that girl 300 and something dollars to keep her mouth shut. If you would have paid Cassie and you would have paid that girl more than $300, they would have never fucking told on you, Diddy Glover. This is pure survival at this point.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30.
$300.30. Are y'all listening to that? Y'all gotta smash that like button. Diddy Glover was offering in the publishing. How you gonna give your publishing back to people that the motherfuckers who made the songs, you spent all the money and then you offer this girl 300 and something dollars? This is pure survival. How is you gonna live off of 300 and something dollars, Diddy Glover? This is why you're in trouble. Surviving the fact that that's got to be crazy as a motherfucker. You got billions of dollars and you gonna offer this fucking girl. You offered this girl 300 and something dollars in publishing. This is pure survival at this point. And now she got receipts, she got video footage, she got everything. And she didn't sign an NDA, Diddy Glover. She's saying on this new Tubi series that comes out tonight that you tried to pay her to silence her. And she said as many other people like Jay-Z, you in the hair. We will be surviving your hair very soon. Beyonce, she says many others in here, guys. I'm sorry I keep rewinding it, but I'm letting y'all see the trailer because it's very important. It's very important, the things that she's saying. How you gonna offer somebody 300 and something dollars to keep quiet? She was supposed to sign an NDA and only get 300 and something dollars. This is pure survival at this point.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your...
Yo, look how sneaky he looked. Look how sneaky he looked. I'm not even going to front. Diddy Glover knew that this shit was about to happen. Look at his face. When they asked him, they said, yo, I read that you was going to give some of the publishing back. Diddy Glover had that scary, spooky ass look on his face. He had that look of like, I'm in trouble like a motherfucker. I done spent everybody's publishing. I done been tricking off, freaking off, all kinds of shit. I done spent all the goddamn publishing. The publishing ain't worth nothing but 300 and something dollars once a year. And now I'm trying to give it to them like I'm being a nice guy. Aubrey O'Day or whatever, she just exposed everything, nigga. Like you wasn't trying to get them that shit back from the corners of your heart. You knew that they was about to put you out there. You knew all these series was coming. Surviving the fact that you ain't do this out the corners of your heart. You do this because you got the fuck caught. This is pure survival, Diddy. Now they got another series that come out tonight. This is fucking insane. Look at Diddy's face, though. You could tell he knew he was in trouble. Look at his face.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
You hear that? $300 for all claims against Diddy and many others. You tell me who the many others that she talking about. Jay-Z, I'm sorry, you in the hair, goddammit. You in the fucking hair. Russell Simmons, all of y'all. Russell, you in the candles, in the meditation. This is pure survival. She said Diddy Glover, in the thing that they wanted her to sign, the NDA, said, look, we're going to give you 300 and something dollars. You can't tell us about Russell Simmons having a love affair with Usher. You can't tell on Usher's skates. You can't tell about Diddy Glover and Justin Bieber that you walked in a room and saw the butt-naked gay vampires upside down with no garlic on your neck. You can't. She couldn't say nothing for 300 and something dollars. You was asking to get told on, Diddy Glover. I know motherfuckers from the neighborhood that would have told on you if you wasn't gonna give up that much motherfucking money. This is pure survival. How you gonna offer that girl 300 and some goddamn dollars to keep her mouth shut when she done walked in and smelled doodle all on the fucking walls, doodle all on the fucking couch, doodle all on the furniture. This is pure freak off doodle ass survival. It was Doodle Brown in the motherfucking freak off dungeon, Diddy. And that girl's supposed to be quiet after her nose and her nose hairs and her nostrils was traumatized. Her nostrils was traumatized. And she said that you was trying to hit it when she was like 17 years old. This is pure survival. This the same girl that said that you said that she's looking effable. You said, "Oh damn, Aubrey, you getting older. You starting to look fuckable. You starting to look very fuckable." This is pure survival. This is what you were saying to her, and this was a young girl. This is what she's saying. And Diddy, you wasn't able to silence her. So now, oh my God, we all gonna watch that Netflix. I mean, the Tubi series tonight to hear the rest of what she gonna say. Cause the stuff she been saying, oh, it's gonna get your life in prison, dude. Pure survival at this point.
September, Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
At this point in time, what do you think his motivation was there?
I think you would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible. When I went to look at the publishing deal, it said anything but I'm being made whole financially again. In fact, it asked me to not be able to have access to my story and my experience anymore.
Wow. So the deal that Diddy was supposed to sign, she's saying Diddy, she had to sign a paper, NDA, saying that she couldn't speak. First of all, then I'm gonna give you your publishing back, but it's only worth $300 and something dollars. But you can't tell your story of what you seen in the freak offs, how you was surviving Diddy Glover. You can't say a word. They wanted her story because they knew she had a story of what she went through in the horror and the trauma surviving Diddy Glover. So she refused to sign it. This is crazy. Like, these are the things she had to sign to not say nothing. If you wasn't doing nothing crazy, Diddy Glover, why did she have to sign this shit? To give her story up. If none of this shit is true. If you never had them around freak offs and crazy ass shit, why would you have to sign something like that? Like, you can never speak about anything that happened or what you seen around me. This is for $300. You crazy. I would have shut the fuck up. You just said 3 million. Oh, I ain't gonna say a motherfucking word. You could have said 300,000. I wouldn't have spoke. But $300, that make me want to just tell on your ass. This is pure survival at this point.
I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
At this point in time, what do you think his motivation was there?
I think you would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible. When I went to look at the publishing deal, it said anything but I'm being made whole financially again. In fact, it asked me to not be able to have access to my story and my experience anymore. It asked me specifically to stay silent and never speak poorly about a human. So then I realized something really bad is coming.
Wow. Pure survival. Did you hear what she said? And this is the trailer, goddammit. We got the trailer, goddammit. This series come out tonight. We got 1,200 people in the building. I don't know if y'all can't hit the like button. I don't know if y'all watching me from TV. It's too many people in here to not smash the like button. And I'm giving y'all breaking news. This is breaking news, goddammit. This series come out tonight on Tubi. Okay? And she is spilling it all. And you heard what she just said. When Diddy offered her $300 to be quiet, don't say a word, she said she knew right then and there something bad was about to happen. Something big and bad. So this is what's going on right now.
About a human. So then I realized something really bad is coming.
Wow. This is pure survival at this point. This girl knew something bad was about to happen. Now you want to offer me money. You want to offer me my publishing. My publishing is only worth 300 motherfucking dollars. This motherfucker's making more money than that at McDonald's. At McDonald's in 2 days, goddammit. And you're gonna offer me 300 and something dollars. I made millions
You can
upon millions
imagine.
for you and went through the horror and the trauma, and you want to pay for my story for $300? Diddy, that was dumb as hell. I'm just telling you that right now. Just like how you should have paid Cassie. If you was gonna pay Cassie, I'm talking about less than 2 minutes after she filed, you should have paid her when she was telling you behind the scenes, look, motherfucker, you got to give me some money. I done had to have sex with all kinds of different nationalities of sex workers. This is pure survival. Diddy Glover, why didn't you go to the hood to get you a sex worker? One of them motherfuckers, you could have paid a nigga in the hood. Look, you gonna fuck Cassie, and I'm gonna record it. You know how many motherfuckers in the hood that you could have got in the ghetto that would have never said nothing, and you could have paid them motherfuckers $500. Go ahead, fuck Cassie. That would have been a dream come true for a motherfucker in the hood. But you went and got dudes that didn't even speak English. This is pure survival. You went and got all kinds of different nationalities of motherfuckers. Now I'm talking about. You seen the one dude they had in the goddamn room and shit with the hospital gown on. He was like, I know I had sex with Cassie and Diddy Glover in his dungeon. It smelled like poop and he tried to kill me. You should have got you a motherfucker from the hood to do that. This is pure survival. And motherfucker Aubrey O'Day been saying shit for the longest. And Diddy Glover, that series is going to be crazy tonight.
You could imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me.
She's going to be saying that, Diddy Glover. She has the receipts to prove that she was getting fired because she wouldn't do what you wanted her to do. You wanted her to freak off. This is pure freak off survival. And she's telling all of that shit because she didn't do what you wanted her to do. This is crazy. And we are surviving Aubrey O'Day. Shout out to you and your breast implants. We are surviving your breast implants too. Because I see that wherever you went to OnlyFans or whatever, you done made you some money, got you some fake titties, and now you standing up to Diddy. Shout out to you for standing up to Diddy. This is pure survival at this point.
You could imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow. When you look back on that, how does that make you feel?
You know, I have such a love-hate with it all because I don't think I would have been able to be so successful in so many other areas had I not been trained under Diddy. He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture.
Wow. She said Diddy Glover, it was the hardest person to work for, and it was torture. Do you understand if she's saying that same shit on Tubi tonight on the series, Diddy Glover, that will put you in prison for life, dude. I know you're gonna see a lot of people don't know Diddy Glover, but I've been to prison. Like I've been said this 4.5 years I did behind the wall. You're gonna be all right in jail because you got money. You're gonna go ahead and get you a boyfriend. I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean. You're gonna be going together with somebody. You're gonna be going steady with somebody as soon as you get to the prison. This is pure survival at this point. You're gonna be a dream come true for a motherfucker that's been watching you, that's been in the prison since the early '90s. It's motherfuckers that's been in prison since the '90s, watching you dance around and shit, watching you dance and talking about take that and take that. You know what I mean? So they've been watching you scrambling and scraping for shit for years. This is pure survival, Diddy Glover. So when you come to prison, motherfuckers is everybody gonna be, oh God, look at Diddy. Oh my God. Motherfuckers gonna be masturbating, everything. They're gonna be so excited to see you, Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be cool because you're going to get you a boyfriend. So they're not going to allow nothing to happen to you. You know what I'm talking about? They go crazy over the Transformers in prison. This is pure survival. Guaranteed. People think this because if you go to jail and you gay, people going to be beating on you and all that. No, they not. Soon as you get a boyfriend, one of the motherfuckers, somebody will try to kill you, you fuck with one of their Transformers in jail. This is pure survival. They are well protected up there, motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? They not gonna let you hurt a motherfucker when they can never see a woman in life again. And this is the close to a woman they gonna get. You think somebody gonna let you harm they joint? They call them joints too in Transformers in prison. Ain't nobody gonna let you hurt they joint. This is pure survival at this point. And I think Diddy Glover's gonna open up a record label in prison. Y'all don't know. In Pennsylvania State Prison, they got studios. You know what I'm talking about? Different shit like that. Like they own kind of recording studio where you can record music. Diddy Glover's going to come out with a record label in prison. It's going to be the Freak Off Productions, Freak Off Entertainment. This is pure survival at this point. So he's going to, you know what I mean? You know how many rappers and singers and motherfuckers that got talent that just fucked up and they're in prison? The most talented motherfuckers I ever met is in prison. This is pure survival, but they're never coming home. You know what I mean? And they be performing in the yard. You know what I'm talking about? So Diddy Glover's gonna be a producer in prison. You know what I mean? He gonna be putting cigarette packs on motherfuckers' heads, all kinds of shit. So y'all don't understand. You know, when you go to jail and you got money, motherfuckers is gonna protect you because they know you're gonna be able to keep money on their books and all that type of shit like that. And then, like I said, he gonna be one of the top chicks in the prison. This is pure survival. And then he gonna be putting people in the studios in jail. It's gonna be crazy. But the fact that this girl wouldn't do what you wanted her to do, you know what I'm saying? At the freak off parties, you wanted her to make all these men peckers disappear while you sitting there jerking off in the corner. You know what I mean? You just can't do that to our youth. That's why I'm glad this stuff is coming out. You know what I mean? For the other younger people coming up, so they won't have to go through this shit, this horror and this trauma. This is pure survival at this point.
You could imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little more?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow. When you look back on that, how does that make you feel?
You know, I have such a love-hate with it all because I don't think I would have been able to be so successful in so many other areas had I not been trained under Diddy. He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture. And not the work part of it, but the other stuff. Mind games, like just all the girls were so divided, and the men and the people running it had their hands in it, moving everything.
Wow, all the men had their hands, you know what I mean, scrambling and scraping for shit. Scrambling and scraping for shit. This is pure survival at this point. This girl got too much motherfucking ammunition on you, Diddy Glover, for you to offer her $300 to be quiet. And you knew she knew all of this shit, and she's saying it was horror working for you? Dude, you should have paid her. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm just saying, if you know somebody got dirt on you like this, now they got all these series coming out. Now this shit come out on Tubi tonight, and then Netflix gonna bomb. When Netflix bomb, they gonna close the goddamn casket, Diddy Glover. They gonna close the asket. Not the casket, the asket. This is pure survival.
And it was torture. And not the work part of it, but the other stuff. Mind games, like just all the girls were so divided, and the men and the people running it had their hands in it, moving everything. There was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of, when you're young and impressionable, and we understand our beauty as women through the eyes of the people observing us. Well, who's observing us? Men. So we learn our beauty through a man's eye, which is very subjective. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic.
Wow, you hear how traumatic that is? So she was trying to learn her worth when you had her around savages, Audrey signed with you when she was like 16, 17. So she trying to fit in and feeling like, damn, how could I be, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is about to be crazy. Like, she wasn't lying. Y'all got to smash that like button. This is pure survival at this point.
Observing us. Well, who's observing us? Men. So we learn our beauty through a man's eye, which is very subjective. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, "You're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything. Like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good-looking person." And
Wow. So Diddy Glover used to tell her, like, what happened to you? Damn, shorty. In high school, you was the shorty. You know what I'm saying? He was telling her, you ain't got no curves. You ain't got no hips. You know what I mean? You starting to look like shit. Like Diddy will fuck up their self-esteem. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? And this was all because she wouldn't have joined the freak offs. Now, if she would have joined the freak offs, Diddy Glover would have been telling her, yo, you look so good. You know what I mean? Won't you back that ass up? You was a fine motherfucker. He would have been telling her all kinds of shit like that. But instead, he was fucking up her self-esteem because she wouldn't give up the Oshkosh goulash.
difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, "You're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything. Like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good-looking person." And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So you really were operating in an environment that you had no control in.
And that's for the people that always say, well, why didn't they say anything? Did you hear what she just said? They had like a million NDAs to where they couldn't say what they were going through, the mental abuse, the horror. You know what I'm saying? Like the traumatizing things, because they had to sign a million NDAs.
That took away all your rights. So you really were operating in
Hold up, say that again.
it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, "You're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything. Like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good-looking person." And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So you really were operating in an environment that you had no control in.
When was the last time you spoke?
Wow, this is crazy, guys. Pure survival. That is just crazy. Like, and my thing is, it's one thing to say, yo, listen, you got to step your game up. You know what I mean? Like, to get back on the charts. I'm not gonna say, oh, you looking terrible. Your butt is looking real flat. Like Chinese girls butts is looking fatter than yours. Chinese girls, Jackie Chan's daughter's butt is looking way more fatter than yours. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say, yo, you got to get in the studio, put out more music, get yourself more active. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna encourage you. So it sounded like Diddy Glover. It was like, yo, if you ain't giving up the freak off or the Oshkosh goulash. You know what I'm saying? Then you're not good enough. This is what I'm getting out of this. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? And now that these series is coming out, this is crazy, man. It's just not looking good for Diddy Glover. You know what I mean? And then the story that the girl Aubrey was already saying. Shout out to Adam 22. Shout out to Adam 22, the no jumper. She was already saying up there that Diddy Glover, you know what I'm saying, was telling her that she looked fuckable once she was like 17 or some shit like that. He was like, oh, you starting to look fuckable. This is crazy, guys.
So there's a lot of, let's continue I'll go piece by piece with you.
For sure.
But yes, I have a girlfriend that I'm right now taking inventory of my experience. I'm being forced to in so many ways. And I'm making sure that I not only have the receipts, but I have the understanding mentally of where I was at, which takes asking the people that were around me at the time what were my responses to things. And
Now, did you hear her say she got the receipts? Pure survival. She got receipts, video footage, all of that. She has the proof.
nice.
And I'm making sure that I not only have the receipts, but I have the understanding mentally of where I was at, which takes asking the people that were around me at the time what were my responses to things. And I'm finding out so many times, even very early on, where Diddy was making comments like, oh, now you're like, you look right, I could you now.
Do y'all hear that? Diddy Glover was telling this girl, oh, you look good now. You look fuckable. If she came to sign a record deal to be your artist, why is you telling this girl, oh, you look fuckable? You got her when she was like 16 and she growing up around you and you telling her, oh, you look fuckable now. Oh, you look, that's creepy shit. This is pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's crazy.
I have the understanding mentally of where I was at, which takes asking the people that were around me at the time what were my responses to things. And I'm finding out so many times, even very early on, where Diddy was making comments like, oh, now you're like, you look right, I could you now. And things like that. I don't even remember.
Really?
And I asked my girlfriend when she recalled that. My girlfriend, who is a therapist for UCLA and has nothing to do with the entertainment industry and wants no part in it. She said she remembers when he said that to me, and then I said, what did I do? And she said, you kind of looked at me and said, he finally thinks I'm pretty.
Wow, that's that's mental abuse right there. Her girlfriend heard Diddy Glover say to her, oh, you starting to look fuckable now. You starting to look, gosh, goulash good. You know what I'm saying? And she said all she thought to herself was, wow, he really likes me now. She was a young, naive white girl from the suburbs. This is pure survival. So she thought that Diddy Glover was going to accept her now because she was fuckable. You know what I'm saying? So she was about ready to be in the whole freak off at that point because she was young, but she held her vagina walls tight to survive Diddy Glover. That is just crazy. She was so naive. She like, wow, he likes me. You know what I mean? So Diddy Glover was very, very good with the mental abuse. That's why he was telling her, oh, you know what? You look like shit now. Oh, you don't look good. Oh, your breath smell like dingling sandwiches. Oh, you ain't, you know what I mean? So he would mentally mess him up. This is pure survival at this point.
Where Diddy was making comments like, oh, now you're like, you look right, I could you now. And things like that. I don't even remember.
Really?
And I asked my girlfriend when she recalled that. My girlfriend, who is a therapist for UCLA and has nothing to do with the entertainment industry and wants no part in it. She said she remembers when he said that to me, and then I said, what did I do? And she said, you kind of looked at me and said, he finally thinks I'm pretty. That was what I thought in that moment. Now, I don't recall that, but she recalled it very clearly. And I think that it's just so telling for what a woman goes through in a systemic problem. Specifically right now we're discussing urban music, but it's happening across the board in music. But it's a systemic problem that, like, you know, you meet the person that can make your dreams come true. It's very much, it's grooming. It's very much like what...
Y'all see that? Diddy Glover was trying to groom her. Diddy Glover was trying to groom this girl. This is pure survival. How did everybody say the same shit, Diddy Glover? She said that this was grooming. You was trying to mentally fuck her up. You know what I mean? Telling her, oh, you look like shit. You know what I mean? Come over here and sit on my lap. Oh, you starting to look good now. You starting to, you know what I'm saying? This is a whole mental, traumatizing mental abuse joint. This is crazy, guys. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to front. I believe every motherfucking word she's saying. Pure survival. Why the hell can't your talent get you there? Why do it got to be so many motherfucking creeps with money in the industry and you got to pretty much turn around, let them hug you from the back? You know what I mean? You got to let them do all kinds of crazy shit on urinating your eyeballs. Like you in the R. Kelly sex tape, they got to urinate all in your eyes for you to go, you know, to the next level in your career. No, I cannot do that. I'd rather stay ghetto fabulous. Pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? Long as I'm off of welfare, I'm cool. That's it. Long as I'm off of welfare. You know what I mean? Because I told y'all, I came to YouTube to help me get off of welfare. This is pure survival. And I've been told y'all that I wasn't fully on welfare. I wasn't fully on welfare. You know what I mean? Because when you get cash assistance and food stamps, that means that you fully on welfare. This is pure survival. I was only getting food stamps until Diddy Glover went and got my food stamps turned off. This is pure survival. But thanks to YouTube, because YouTube saved my life. YouTube saved my life. This is pure survival.
He thinks I'm pretty. That was what I thought in that moment. Now, I don't recall that, but she recalled it very clearly. And I think that it's just so telling for what a woman goes through in a systemic problem. Specifically, right now, we're discussing urban music, but it's happening across the board in music. But it's a systemic problem that, like, you know, you meet the person that can make your dreams come true. It's very much, it's grooming. It's very much like what the military does. They break you down to make you what they need you to be. An abuser will never abuse you on day one. They push you a little bit. They talk to you a little rougher. Then they grab your arm a couple times. They get a little more forceful. They nudge you. They poke at you. And then they get into your head that you're problematic. You're a problem. And you need somebody that's real, that will tell you like it is and get you in line.
See, and they would tell Aubrey O'Day that she was a problem because she wouldn't attend the freak-offs. Because she wouldn't attend the freak-offs. So they'll tell her that she a problem, you hard to work with. Same shit that Monique was exposing about Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. When they were saying that Monique is too hard to work with and da-da, if you speak out against the system. They pretty much want you to lay back and take whatever the fuck they, you know what I mean? That's why Diddy Glover got that joint. Take that, take that, take that. That motherfucker meant that shit. This is pure survival. So if you don't roll over and listen to what they tell you to do and just take the bullshit, then your whole career is going to disappear. Your whole career going to disappear. This is pure survival. Smash that like button, guys.
Called it very clearly. And I think that it's just so telling for what a woman goes through in a systemic problem. Specifically, right now, we're discussing urban music, but it's happening across the board in music. But it's a systemic problem that, like, you know, you meet the person that can make your dreams come true. It's very much, it's grooming. It's very much like what the military does. They break you down to make you what they need you to be. An abuser will never abuse you on day one. They push you a little bit. They talk to you a little rougher. Then they grab your arm a couple times. They get a little more forceful. They nudge you. They poke at you. And then they get into your head that you're problematic. You're a problem. And you need somebody that's real, that will tell you like it is and get you in line. And when you find that person, that's when you'll know you're really cared about and really loved. And when you are so young and you have a child, when you are so young, you see how quickly kids pick things up and how quickly you start to understand the world. When you are at a young age and you're being groomed, and like I said, America grooms us. So there's all kinds of issues that were, you know, instilled in all of us that we are not even aware of until you leave. But specifically in this setting, an abuser grooms you in that manner so that when they finally do violate you in a serious way, all of that to me is serious though, frankly. When grooming is serious. But when they violate you in a assault way, it's people like, I was told that you kind of took pause on Cassie's story because it's 11 years that she dealt with something that sounds so traumatic. I guess kind of were the words I was kind of told that your perspective was. Is that accurate?
I think at least in the beginning, I was pretty skeptical of just what we could really, you know, be sure of in regards to all this. I think like having heard so many people's stories, especially, you know, what really made me feel confident in a lot of this stuff is listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah. Now, Adam 22 said, Gene Deal, Diddy Glover's ex-bodyguard, things that Gene done said convinced Adam. And y'all know Adam, if y'all don't know, this motherfucker, him and his wife is a porn stars. So Adam just be, you know, he be at freak-offs constantly. Adam be on at freak-offs constantly. This is pure freak-off survival. So Adam know if a motherfucker is a freak-off person or not. So he know Diddy Glover, you know what I mean, done been at the freak offs because Adam 22, he be having his own different little motherfucking freak offs. You know what I mean? He got a freak off family shit. Him and his wife, they team up on motherfuckers and freak offs. This is pure survival. So this is just, man, this is just very traumatizing and heart wrenching. Look at Tubi tonight, guys. The series come out, Surviving Diddy Glover on Tubi tonight. I can't wait to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing quote.
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right. So he's got stuff in the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a line.
Allegedly.
And we're going super out of order here, but he had a line when he was talking about Danity Kane where he said that, this is the line, it was when a couple of the girls in Danity Kane, I guess, like refused to sign some type of agreement.
We were giving a publishing deal prior to
Right.
Cassie coming forward, about 6 months, maybe even prior to that.
And Gene said that Diddy's said to him in privacy, and like there was only one other person in the room, I'm gonna drug they ass out and pimp them out to my N-words.
Wow. This is pure survival. Do y'all hear that? The group Danny the King, Diddy Glover, allegedly was telling Gene Dill, his ex-bodyguard, or somebody, he said that I'm gonna pimp them out. I'm gonna drug these girls and pimp them out to my homeboys. This is pure survival. So imagine if you got a kid that can sing, dance, rap, some shit like that, and they go sign with Diddy, you know what I mean? And he's sitting there thinking about pimping them out sexually. They have no idea, especially when you young. When you young, you really naive. Like, you know what I mean? These are motherfuckers that's supposed to be your heroes. People you saw on television. You're like, wow, I want to be like him when I get older. And then you don't even know that this man allegedly ready to drug you and let motherfuckers pound you out. This is pure survival at this point.
Yep.
And Gene apparently was horrified and told, and he's quoting himself, but he said that he said, that's somebody's child. And then
So let me give you clarity on that, because I did want to talk to Gene, because I took issue with that interview because he chuckled in it a bit when he was saying it, and I did not fuck with that at all.
really,
And then when I got on the phone with him, he is the kindest, sweetest man. He acknowledged that, you know, it was an uncomfortable thing that he was kind of recalling, and it was like a nervous chuckle, and he takes it really seriously, and that, you know, he was sorry if I was offended. So I want to make sure that that's noted, because I don't want to act like I watched that and was like, oh, I'm so happy to have received this information, with a little bit of a chuckle.
I didn't take it as like a chuckle. I took it almost as more like, I felt like he was almost on the verge of like crying.
No, rewatch it.
Really?
There was a chuckle, yeah.
Okay.
It was noticeable enough for me to get 5 million messages about it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he acknowledged it right away to me, and I really respect him for that, because it did not have that intention on it.
Right.
And also, when I first saw it, because there are so many people coming forward, and there are so many stories, and you're only seeing.
Y'all hear that? It's so many more people coming forward. This is pure survival. Shout out to the 1,500 people in the building. We got 1,500 people. Those likes gotta be up, guys. This is pure survival. Surviving Diddy Glover series come out tonight on Tubi. This is breaking news. Shout out to Aubrey O'Day for having the courage to survive Diddy Glover and survive the freak offs, and that whole freak off room smelling like doodle. You got the butt naked gay vampires that be sleep upside down in Diddy Glover's freak off mansion. I told y'all, the butt naked gay vampires. You got to have your garlic on your neck. This is pure survival at this point, because they will pull you up in the air and suck your blood, and then you're going to become one of the freak officers. One of the freak officers. This is pure survival at this point.
Messages about it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he acknowledged it right away to me, and I really respect him for that, because it did not have that intention on it.
Right.
And also, when I first saw it, because there are so many people coming forward, and there are so many stories, and you're only seeing what you are seeing online, right? That's according to some TikTokers or whoever. There's a whole world happening behind all of that is so beyond your imagination. We could sit here for hours, and that's not even information that I personally would share because they're
So y'all hear that? She's saying it's stuff behind the scenes that's about to come out that's beyond our wildest freak off imaginations. That's beyond our wildest freak off imagination. This is pure survival. She said that's going on behind the scenes that's about to come out. That's about to come out. You know what I'm saying? So we must prepare ourselves. That's why I'm telling you, this series, this shit can get Diddy Glover life in prison. Anything over 20 years, well, 15 years and up, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's life. From 20, man, back 20 years on up, that's fucking life. I'm 42. 20 years, I'll be 60, what, 64 or something like that. And I'm a diabetic. This is pure survival. Yeah, I got to be healthy. I got to get some Styles P health tips and shit to be able to, this is crazy, guys. So it's much more that's coming out. We all got to watch this series. I told y'all, listen, my Instagram is Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Follow me and I'll follow you back. If y'all get any information of this, if you see the series before mine, any weird shit that's going on in Hollywood, make sure that y'all DM me, send the information, and we're going to fuck around and react to it. It's pure survival at this point.
messages about it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he acknowledged it right away to me, and I really respect him for that because it did not have that intention on it.
Right.
And also, when I first saw it, because there are so many people coming forward, and there are so many stories, and you're only seeing what you are seeing online, right? That's according to some TikTokers or whoever. There's a whole world happening behind all of that is so beyond your imagination. We could sit here for hours, and that's not even information that I personally would share because they're not all my stories.
You're talking about private group chats, emails, etc., of people who know about stuff that happened in this bad boy universe that are like privately working on what might be to come out publicly in the future?
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims.
Wow. So we got victims that can't even talk to other victims. This is pure survival. So it's more, it's so much that's about to hit the fan. Oh my God. So this is pure survival. We must pray. We must meditate. Y'all see, I got the surviving Diddy Glover candle, the long tall edition. This is the long tall edition, the surviving Diddy Glover candle, the long tall edition, and it smells very good. This is one of them candles that you got to go in. The feds had to walk into Diddy Glover's mansion. They had to go in there with these candles because I know it smelled like butt crack. This is pure survival. They got to go in there like this. Hold on, who gonna go in the dungeon first? Go ahead, take the motherfucking candle. It smells doo-doo all over the walls. You slipping on shit. You know what I'm talking about? You got to go in there with the freak off candle. You got the surviving freak off candle. That's what I call it. Pure meditation. You know what I mean? You must stay strong during survival. That's all I tell people. You must stay strong.
Private group chats, emails, etc., of people who know about stuff that happened in this bad boy universe that are like privately working on what might be to come out publicly in the future?
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims. But a lot of people that know things or that are building things or whatever do reach out, do tell you everything. Sometimes they'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now. And I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of. And
she keeps saying that to you, Diddy Glover, what she witnessed and what she has receipts on. And that movie she talking about, oh, they're going to have a Diddy Glover movie. I don't know who y'all think could play Diddy Glover. Who y'all think can play Diddy Glover? Don't look at me talking about, oh, we want Jamil to play Diddy Glover. This is pure survival. I'm not playing Diddy Glover. Surviving the fact that I'm not playing Diddy Glover. If they call me to ask me to play Diddy Glover in the movie, this is pure survival. They're talking about, Jamil, you can play Diddy Glover. We're going to pay you $10 million. You got to let a motherfucker hug you from the back and you got to tongue kiss a man. This is pure survival. I'm not playing Diddy Glover in the goddamn movie. But who you think we can get to play Diddy Glover? He gonna have to ask Lil Nas X. He gonna have to ask Jaden Smith. One of them got to play Diddy Glover in the movie. This is pure survival.
I'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now. And I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of, and what I believe. And I have pondered it all the way down to, I really adore one of his kids. So to me, I have to ask myself, this is a father. So you really need to be sure when you speak what you're speaking about and how you're.
See, and she still feel bad for Diddy Glover. She's like, he's a father. He has kids. So, of course, she's traumatized. She was around Diddy Glover when she was young. So she cares about the fact that he got kids. But I'm going to tell you, Audrey, I know you don't give a shit now because Diddy Glover's kids are coming out with cases right now. The same kids you was talking about, because you wasn't talking about the twin girls. You wasn't talking about them. You was talking about Justin and the other little light-skinned little I'll be sure looking motherfucker. I know it's two of them that's facing some type of shit right now. The one that was a part of the shooting with Diddy Glover, and then you got the one that looked just like Diddy Glover with the long Tootsie Roll neck. This is pure survival. He got sexual assaults. The one that looked just like Diddy Glover with the Tootsie Roll neck. Yes, so I understand that you cared about him and his kids, but I feel like Diddy Glover should have thought about his kids. Diddy Glover should have thought about everybody else's kids. Surviving the fact that Diddy Glover wasn't thinking about nobody else, kids. This is pure survival. So why would we give a damn about if his kids got to suffer because of his sickness when he wasn't thinking about nobody else's kids that was trying to come in the industry and had to get urine and freak off juice all in their eyeballs? This is pure survival. Sweetheart, girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? You's a fine motherfucker. See, that's how I talk to my tenderoni. Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? You's a fine motherfucker. This is pure survival. And she just smiled like a motherfucker. Hey, look, sweetheart, you see you can't kill Dante. Look, she like my new pet fly, Dante. She like my new pet fly, Dante. This is pure survival at this point. She like Dante. This is my new pet fly. Y'all already know that she killed Malik. She killed my pet fly, Malik. But Dante is cool. She like Dante because she think Dante can't fly. But when she not here, Dante be, I can't believe I can fly. I believe I can. This is the sky. I think about it every night and day. I mean, Dante be flying around here. She just don't know about it. It's pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? You about to go? All right, look, what you trying to give me a freak off kiss? Hold on. Look. Look, she just gave me a freak off kiss. This is pure survival at this point. All right, be good, sweetheart. Don't be freaking off at work. I'm just saying, I know you probably got a work boo. You probably got a work boo and don't know you got a work boo. That dude that keep talking to you while you at work, trying to act like he your friend, trying to make jokes, just let him know your man way funnier than him. This is pure survival at this point. You can get a work boo on accident. You find yourself venting to a motherfucker you work with. Y'all motherfuckers is going together in that person's head. If you telling that man at your job, ladies, your business at home and how you ain't happy and your man ain't paying you no attention, you are cheating doing that right now. You got a work boo. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? But Audrey, my prayers is with you.
Speaking about it because this is a man that's a father, and I think it takes a certain amount of something to be a good one. I'm not saying he is or isn't, but I have enough information at this point that I asked Jean just bluntly, is this a sociopath or is this somebody that can be redeemed. And I'm not talking about in business or to the world. I think it's a wrap for that. I mean, like, his soul. Because
damn, she said Diddy Glover is a sociopath. Can his soul be redeemed? Can his soul be redeemed? This is pure survival at this point. And she gonna kiss me in the goddamn lips. Now look like I got on Diddy Glover lip gloss. My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is popping. This is pure survival. Look, I got her lipstick on. Diddy Glover probably watching this right now like, yeah, Jamil, come on. Come on to the freak off. Looking at my lips right now. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? But as I told y'all, on Tubi tonight, god damn it, motherfucking TMZ, TMZ is the ones who produced this shit, and they put that shit on over there on Tubi. The shit that Aubrey with O'Day, the shit she's saying, this shit right here, I'm telling you, this whole thing can get Diddy Glover life in prison. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? It's been too much that's been exposed. The same shit happened to R. Kelly. Y'all tell me right now, R. Kelly don't got life in prison. 30 years, 20-something years, that's the fuck life to me, goddammit. I'm happy as a motherfucker that I'm handsome right now at 42, but I don't know how handsome I'm gonna be in my 60s. This is pure survival. And once you lose your handsomeness, and once you lose like all of that, you know what I mean? Well, no, it's not looks. Matter of fact, let me fix that. Because it's all in the heart. It don't matter how old you is. I feel like your age is in your heart. You know what I'm talking about? Because in my age, I'm forever young out this motherfucker. Pure survival at this point. I could be 113 years old. Long as I feel good and young in my heart and I love myself, I'm always be handsome. God damn it. This is pure survival. But what I'm saying is, once you get to a certain age, it's damn near over. You know what I mean? Like, so if I go do 20 years, I come home, motherfuckers, I'm like, people that y'all just gonna set me in a goddamn wheelchair and face me to the goddamn wall, be taking all my goddamn money, you know what I mean, and just leaving me looking at a blank ass wall. This is pure survival. You know what I mean? You get done dirty if you're in a wheelchair and things like that, or you get older and shit. Motherfuckers leave. You left me in a shitty ass freak off diaper. I'm in the freak off diaper. My shit shitty as fuck. The whole room stinks. Smell like nursing home hallways. Shit is crazy, guys. We're gonna blow out the freak off candle. We're gonna blow out the freak off candle. This is pure survival at this point. You know what I mean? My Instagram, Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Follow me. I follow you back. This is pure survival. Stay tuned. Watch the Tubi Surviving Diddy series tonight. And, you know what I mean? Holla at your boy. I'll be back with y'all again. This is pure survival.